Hello, this is your kid Loki here with my first video. Before I start the story bit, I'd like to thank you for clicking on the video, and please enjoy. Yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got myself in that situation. Well, it all started at a movie theater. Was that funny? Did you laugh? Please tell me you laughed. Anyhow, for that amazing joke, maybe hit the subscribe? I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, it's just a red button, and all you have to do is press it. You know, just throwing it out there. Okay, I'll go to the store. I'll go to the store. Now, when we think about Batman, what do we think about? His intellect, how calculated he is, and how he just doesn't mess up. He seems perfect in the sense of he just doesn't mess up any of his plans. I mean, he's part of a team called the Justice League, filled with Superman, Wonder Woman, that has insane feats. I mean, for Batman to be on that same level, Batman would pretty much have to be as top strongest humans in the DC universe, in my opinion. Now, here's the beauty of Earth One. Earth One takes a realistic approach, like what Batman wasn't so perfect. So we start the comic book with Batman chasing a guy and ultimately failing because of his gadgets. To be fair, this is like the beginning bit of Batman, like the first phases of Batman before he becomes like better. So his gadgets don't work as well. And this is Earth 1, so gadgets should usually fail more often, I think. So he tries to catch him with a grappling hook, he misses a jump, he gets injured. So we transition to the past to Alfred pulling up to Wayne Manor. I'm sorry if this goes fast, they just have a lot of transitions. So Alfred pulls into Wayne Manor for Thomas Wayne's early celebration of becoming mayor. As soon as Alfred walks in, Thomas Wayne greets him. Their conversation went like this. Thomas Wayne explains he needs someone he could trust. He thinks he will need a bodyguard to protect him during the election. He does not trust people at Gotham. His son runs in between them, saying that they're going to be late. Alfred questions Thomas and asks what they're going to be late for. Thomas explains that they're going to go to the movies, and he goes on to say that he wants Bruce to have a normal life. Alfred warns him not to go, but he still goes anyway. Alfred says he doesn't know how ugly life could be. Thomas snaps back saying, "I know how ugly life could be after everything we did in the desert." I'm assuming they're referring to the time they were in the army. So Thomas leaves to head to the movies. Okay, so we all know what's about to go down. I'm still going to cover this anyways for the 1% of people that don't know the story of why Bruce Wayne becomes Batman. So when they finally get to the movie theater, the power goes out and Bruce still wanted to see another movie. So he thought the fastest way was to go to the back exit to another movie at another movie theater. Thomas and Martha chase Bruce and leads them to an alleyway, seeing a man with a gun holding Bruce. The man tries to rob Martha and quickly turned to a murder when Thomas tried to protect Martha, killing both Thomas and Martha, leaving Bruce traumatized. Just watch as his parents died. The police arrive and Bruce was sent back home. Alfred was at the Wayne house and was told by the CPS that Bruce has no family left, and the Waynes agreed to let him be his guardian if they passed away. He was hesitant but ended up taking the role as guardian. Okay, before I continue the story, it likes to transition to the past of and present of Gotham. So when I say present, I mean what's happening with the story right now, if that makes sense. We now transition to the present of Gotham, with Gordon and his boss explaining how he has a new partner. His name is Harvey Burlock, and Gordon was ordered to show him around Gotham. So Gordon takes Burlock out to the streets of Gotham to show him around. We then go to Bruce and Alfred at the house. Alfred explains that he did not raise some crazy crusader. Bruce explains that he needs to do this to have a normal life. The man that Batman was chasing at the beginning of the story was a guy named Jacob Reaver. As Bruce explains, he was the first one at the crime scene and was a cop that left the force after the death of his parents. He then started to work for the mayor. Bruce goes on saying that he has his father's lighter, and he might know the reason and who planned this to happen to his parents. Alfred then reluctantly agrees and says, "If you gotta do this, you gotta do it right, and bring guns along with him." Bruce says no. Alfred mocks Bruce's gadgets and reminds him what happened last time with his grappling hook. Bruce remarks saying that he'll make it work. So he heads to the Wayne Medical Group to meet Mr. Fox to fix it. He explains that he needs them for mountain climbing. We go to Burlock and Gordon at the car. Burlock's personality is your typical hotshot. That's way over his head. Gordon has different views on things than Burlock, so they don't really get along. So as they head out to the road, Burlock sees some crime happening. He steps out and beats the guy doing the crime, and apparently this guy was named Axe, and has Gordon blackmailed. So Gordon stops Burlock and Axe, explaining how he's got to teach the new guy the rules of Gotham or else. So we go back to Bruce going to Cobblepot's mayor's party, suspecting Jacob Reaver being there. So he suits up to confront him. He gets the lighter, then he gets jumped by Gordon and the police and the mayor's workers. He leaves very bruised. Then, the next day, Bruce looks at the TV and realizes that everyone knows about the Batman. Alfred meets Bruce in the kitchen and starts attacking Bruce. Alfred explains that he is not ready, and he can't do this, only bringing a costume to control Gotham. He says the only way to control Gotham is to stoop as low as Gotham. Alfred says Bruce is too emotional, sloppy, and soft. All of a sudden, as they were fighting, Bruce sweeps off Alfred's prosthetic leg, ending the fight. Showing to Alfred he would do whatever it takes. We go to Burlock and Gordon, with Gordon asking Burlock to look in Batman's case. He then leaves. Burlock did not want to do that, so he goes to the archives and asks for the Wayne's case, but used Gordon's name to get them, because he could not use his signature to get files yet. Someone that works for the mayor finds out and warns the mayor. Burlock heads to Gordon's house. Gordon finds out that Burlock got the Wayne's files when Axe calls him with his daughter's phone, explaining that he should have stayed out of the archives. Gordon gets furious with Burlock, explaining that because of him, his daughter is in danger. Burlock asks who. Gordon says the guy you were arresting, and goes on saying he was blackmailed with his family. He goes on to how his wife died for not cooperating. Burlock suggests they should find Axe and find his daughter together, even though he doesn't like him that much. Burlock then says, let's see if he likes baseball. So they go to find Axe, and Axe tells them that Gordon's daughter is at Arkham. We then go to Batman looking at a crime scene. Now, during the book, there has been a few people going missing, and we know this guy called the Birthday Boy. He works for Cobblepot. He is the man that does the dirty work for him, and we find out that the mayor sent him to kill Jacob Reaver. So now, back to Batman. He investigates to see who killed Jacob Reaver. He notices the rust on the walls and reminds Bruce of when he was a kid, and his mom explaining the rust on the walls of Arkham and telling him to never go there. He reluctantly heads towards Arkham. Batman waits at the gates of Arkham, still remembering what his mom said. He hears a slight help, then quickly bursts through the gates of Arkham. We get Batman and Jim Gordon meet each other in Arkham. Gordon attacks Batman, thinking he's involved with the capture of Barbara. They get into a scuffle for a while until they hear a scream from Barbara. Batman busts through the wall where the scream was coming from. Now we get to see a fight between Batman versus Birthday Boy. It really is a fight between bronze and tactics. First, Batman tries to fight him like he regularly would fight someone, but soon realizes his punches don't mean shit, so he gets manhandled most of the fight. As they were fighting, Burlock tries to jump in, but he's thrown through the floor into the basement. When Batman, realizing his punches are not affecting the guy, he decides to use his cape to suffocate him. He doesn't kill him, he just makes him go to sleep. Like, just knocks him out. Batman quickly goes to the basement to help Burlock, finding him traumatized from what he sees. Both Gordon, Barbara, and Burlock leave Gotham. Batman leaves to find his parents' murderer, so we go to Batman going to confront Cobblepot. He fights through the guards and meets Cobblepot. Cobblepot gets thrown around by Batman. He quickly gets his umbrella to defend himself. He surprises Batman by stabbing him with it. As Batman was on the floor, Cobblepot leaned down and wanted to see who it was. He finds out it was Bruce Wayne, and he goes on to explain that it made sense. He somehow figured out that Jacob Weaver turned off the power to the movie theater. He said he had planned for them to go to front door to kill them, but some other criminal did the dirty work for him, and he says that's how the city goes. Just before he was about to kill him, Alfred busts in with a shotgun, shooting him without any questions. God, I love this guy. We now get like an ending where we get to see what happens with the characters after these events. We go to Gordon going to the police station, explaining that things need to change around here, throwing Axe in jail finally. We go to Barbara making a Batgirl design in the library, Burlock going to the bar, drinking his problems away, Alfred finally accepting that Bruce has to be Batman. Now, we get a hint at part 2 of this comic book. I'm just going to show you this picture, and I'm pretty sure your guess is as good as mine. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching my first video. I really appreciate you. Now, I think this is a great comic. It has a lot of potential. There's not many like it, and I recommend going to your nearest comic book shop or rental stop and purchasing it. It's worth every cent, trust me. Or not, considering the name. And tell me what you want to see next in the comments. It could be anything, like talking about anime, or a comic book you really like, or a comic book you want to know about, gaming stuff, anything. Now, this is the best channel, but maybe keep it on the low key, and remember, you can always trust me. See you on the next one. Bye.